over to Lijiang Tower. I do believe this is Redbird Esports' choice as the home team, so maybe we'll have to see if they can tempt Houston Outlaws into some further silliness.
Yeah, which bird is the word here, as well as we see Pelican in the starting roster for the Houston Outlaws. I really want to see how this one goes because there are tons of stakes on the line here for this particular match. Houston Outlaws have already clinched it into the finals coming up next weekend, but Redbird still have a chance to play spoiler or at least make things a little bit more difficult here for Toronto Defiant down the road if they are able to get the upset over the Houston Outlaws. I love the looks that we're seeing so far, though, Leg Day, from the compositions they're hovering over.
Fearless playing the Wrecking Ball would be a fairly unique look.
Choice.
Like, he's played it a little bit in the past, but of course, most well known as the premier Winston in the world. Houston Outlaws, here we go again. Pelican is once again coming out on the old pharmacy. Redbird Esports are going to have trouble challenging this with the more short-range hit scan that they have, but may have a much easier time getting on top of a vulnerable target like Shu.
Yeah, I wonder if Vision might be able to get a hack, though, with the Sombra. It feels like a really smart choice to have as a counter pick into the Wrecking Ball from Fearless. So it feels like Redbird Esports did do some of their homework. But if you're able to at least get away from Pelican, maybe you're going to be in a little bit of a better spot here. But this is vulnerability.
Pelican in the back window. Redbird in their sights. Oh, yes, the Redbird are there, but the Greenbird simply better. Grathen falls on down, and Renko's forced to flee away with the anti-nade of Shu nipping at his heels. Redbird will not even gain control at the beginning. And Houston Outlaws now can play defensively.
Yeah, you can see Happy actually is starting to scan there with the Tracer pistols to try to see if Vision is going to pop their way through the window. Does get a nice hack on a Fearless, though, to kick this off.
I'd love to see Vision here try and control the health pack to give lesser options to Shu and continually tax Violet's ability to come and play Mercy between those healing targets. Gig's already super low. A well-placed Suzu's going to be able to save him. And nice! Good discipline there from Vision. Not to use for Translocator. Knows exactly where adult feetsies are going to grip onto the side of Lijiang Tower. But Deeko falling down first means the pace of Redbird is going to be slowed on down without that speed. Gig continuously knocking at the door of death. However, the Reaper not to be claimed until Happy moves on in with a sticky. Gig blown apart in a huge crime against animal kind, and Happy's going to be able to clean up the rest as well.
Yeah, look at how much support Violet has been putting into the team. Not only is Shu able to really focus on being able to get the antis down, but yeah, they don't know, Leg Day. They don't know. I mean, maybe they know now. Pelican's going to be able to make a quick pivot right on out of there, but still is prepped and ready to go. Especially after Gig is going to be able to get the first pick onto Shu. You might be able to see this justice.
Oh, there's no way. I hope that was called, but if not, profoundly unlucky for Gig. Oh, God might be good, but gravity is not to the fledgling Winston, as Fearless just sends him down into the pits.
I hate that for Redbird Esports. That is just really is the most unlucky here. And the fact that you're looking at like so many ultimates here in response, the Outlaws are gonna go ahead and get the first of the throw with the minefield right down on the point.
Pelican nanoed. Flight is overrated. I'm playing the ground Pharah now, baby. Not going too high up into the air. Violet pops the Valkyrie. Yes, Shu has been lost, but there's plenty of healing to be found from those split beams. Watch out for those mines on the field. They're going to make locomotion for the Tracer. Mighty unfortunate as Grathen managed to find perhaps a stick there onto Pelican, or maybe Pelican just sat upon it like a mother goose upon an egg, as Houston Outlaws will complete their cap.
That was a really nice effort, though, from Redbird Esports. You could tell the thought process that they were going for, running out with the composition that they had. The Tracer and the Sombra working really well in tandem there with the dives initiated by Gig's Winston. Unfortunately, with the Wrecking Ball choice there from the Houston Outlaws, there just wasn't quite enough time there for Redbird Esports to really get set up and try to beat Houston Outlaws to the punch. Wrecking Ball is just a little bit too fast to really enable that kind of speed and that kind of aggression that Redbird Esports would have loved to have. So we're seeing a pretty big swap up here when it comes to the compositions that Redbird Esports and even Houston Outlaws are going to be running out of comp with. We've got the Reinhardt and the Mei composition here, that brawl coming out from Redbird Esports. And like, what do you make of the Roadhog pick here from Fearless?
Oh, I'm staring down the Goofton Outlaws over here, going full silly. The Roadhog here, you can see that Fearless is just sitting on the bridge at the moment. Fearless is looking for an environmental kill and nothing else.
Yeah.
He's a little bit trolling in the lobby, but it's okay.
He wants to Amari. That's what he really wants right there, is to hook Amari.
He's got to catch Amari. That much is for sure. Deeko taking a look at the actual angles that have been found here by Houston Outlaws. They're playing this goofy, but they're also playing it smart, as it's going to be an isolation onto Gig. Charges back to the safety of the herd. They're like wildebeest here, Lemon. The Houston Outlaws are looking for a weak child to pick off from the mass.
I'm like Lemon Light over here. I surely did not just hear you say that one.
Oh, no! Oh, how embarrassing.
That's a voice line, like, Day. We might need to have to redo the video for that one. But, hey, look. Renko's going to go ahead and throw down the amplification matrix, but Happy's in the back line right now. Oh, my God.
Oh, this is big from Happy. Just continuing to take duel after duel, but Vision, when the chips are down, this man clutches up. We know that Vision is an incredibly clutch hit scan player. And I'm not sure why Violet has decided to play the Moira here. Of all the options, Fearless finally decides to log out from his Goofy.net account and move over to a Wrecking Ball instead.
Hey, I mean, the Roadhog would have been really nice to try to get a quick, aggressive pick here, but Vision's going to go ahead and lock down a lot of these entry points with the Deadeye that he earned in that last fight.
Coalescence coming on through. Remember, that penetrates through the barriers. It's been a while since we've seen that in the competitive sphere. It takes a while to get through the wall as well. The DPS simply not enough, but Gig, a victim of the orb. I love it when Moira moves in and says her secret line. It's Morbin time. And now Happy, once again, round the back on the signature angle, out of the ice block and into the fire. Happy might be chased out here, but no, the rest of the Outlaws will be happy to move around Redbird. And Rose now, they get to play this defensively.
Yeah, they really do, and I think that's exactly where Houston Outlaws try to find their comfort zone here, and I think that it makes it really hard now for Redbird Esports on this composition to try to move back in. The May and the Reinhardt work so much better when you're able to just lock down these defensive points when you have control, so now they're going to have to try to get back in, and look at this. I mean, Fearless really does have no fear here, just kind of sitting on top of those high grounds, waiting for the perfect moment to try to disrupt the backline.
Fearless moving over now around the side. It's going to be a blizzard that's mostly avoided here by the ice block. Grathen, nothing to do after that. And now Fearless returns to the center to roll on around, drop his own minefield. Happy doesn't know that the May is behind them. Green square comes through, but it's the double orb kill. No way from Violet. All the orbs are popping off today. Vision and Renko find themselves destroyed by the damage orb. Somewhere Samito is screaming in pain.
Pain and suffering, I think, is exactly what Moira might be saying right now, but I think the Moira choice here is actually quite smart. You can't block the incoming damage from a Coalescence, which Violet is going to be quickly working up towards as we're starting to approach last fight territory here, like Day.
Gig with a slam, but who's going to be the target of this? Maybe Fearless, a solo slam might well be worth it. The flip will come on through. The question is, very much pranked, my brother, very much pranked. And now it's for Coalescence moving through those shields. A little bit of healing for everybody, and a very risky peek here of the window. Remember, those fire strikes can one-shot a squishy hero. Pelican actually blocks the incoming blizzard with a wall. What a Chad on the May. The map editor, as strong as ever here in Overwatch, as Happy's taken down by Renko. The conflux of hit scan aim, more than enough to try and take out that unpocketed Pharah on the side. Still, Vision now on the off angle. Going to be hard to try and dislodge, but here comes the kill squad. Both the Kiriko and the May are more than enough to remove the Cowboy from contestation. Violet beat down by Grathen as Gig is desperately looking for a target with all of this extra health to try and work with. He's got like 1 billion hit points, but it's still enough to try and hold on to this. Why is everyone peeking the barrage? Your guess is as good as mine, Rose. Certainly not the most intelligent play, but hey, Happy is eventually going to fall. And now, overtime still in favor of the Houston Outlaws. Gig remains with healing at his back. A minefield could be enough here to try and clear the point as Fearless slams down upon the Reinhardt and lays down those orbs of death. Not going to be grinding out, though. Homing in terms of this. Now Fearless with the slam. Gig falls down as well. Still, Redbird, they have enough here to try and clutch on up. Pelicans finally arrived with the Blizz, and that's going to put this one to bed. All the silliness has been laid on.
Was really exceptional play there coming out from Happy and Redbird Esports. I mean, they are still going to be doing their best here. They had some really bright moments in that map leg day, especially looking at their defense at the very end of point B. I feel like that was a nice moment for them to be able to try to coordinate their ultimates there and be able to get a stop for the cart, at least for a few team fights. But sometimes it's just Happy doing Happy things is what we've expected from last year.
Yeah, well, we've come to expect this over last year, the year before that, the year before that, since Happy entered the league, I believe on the Guangzhou Charge in Season 2. He's been an absolute demon, a standout on any team in which he inhabits, and honestly, it's kind of unfair that Houston Outlaws, Happy's not even a standout player on this roster. He's just a guy. He's one of the lads. Everyone on the Houston Outlaws, this has been a very well constructed team. And Redbird, like you said, their second point defense, he did a really good job of actually purchasing that space, using the nano boost onto the Cassidy to take that away from Houston, and then could operate from there. Unfortunately, the pressure that was brought out on the cart from Pelican forced them to surrender that position a little bit earlier than maybe is comfortable.
Oh, are they honoring the match chat that we saw? Is it? is that I see that right? The Roadhog duels? Because like we're seeing two Roadhog here. Yeah, the honorable Roadhog 1v1. Oh.
You know what? Redbird, they've been leaning into this Roadhog 1v1 by bringing out the Zenyatta once more. Obviously, Gig needs a lot less raw healing throughput as a character with a take a breather to give a 300 HP back, and it means the hooks are far more deadly. Happy already forced out from this angle. Now he's going to have to reposition and take another one. Meanwhile, Fearless, he's just roaming, man. He's a free-range pig.
Yeah, oh my goodness, and the rest of the team is eating at the moment. I mean, Violet's going to get another kill with the orb coming out there from the Moira. Get a nice hook there onto Gig, and unfortunately the healing just not going to be enough.
Save. My. And now we have a hostage situation. Deeko. Oh, hello. Deeko actually takes out Violet, and this turret's been left here the entire time to build up some ult charge for Grathen. This is starting to fall apart at the seams, Rose.
Maybe just a little bit here, but hey, you got to give credit to Redbird Esports walking away with a third of the pie there on that first checkpoint. So now they're really looking at 66 extra %. Gig, though, with a nice pick onto Happy. That's a huge source of damage now out of the way, and Redbird Esports might have a little bit easier to go with things now that DPS is off the board.
Oh, Pelican getting a little bit brave here, but hey, if you get brave, someone might be willing to punish you. You know that Deeko's on patrol, looking for the old-time traveler. Fearless from the back is unable to secure the kill onto Gig. Pelican got one with the pulse bomb. Unfortunately, it was himself. Grathen, the peel from Happy, making sure that the angry Swedish man with the hammer could not reach the vulnerable Caramel of the backline.
Oh my god. Oh jeez, the hook into the headshot from Happy. Okay, well, Happy's back now, so I don't know. I think at this point you have to wait out the sight lines here, but it looks like Shu is going to be very happy to just lay down the Consumer Rush here and hit the go button.
Truly, some Overwatch is being played. Violet goes deep with the Coalescence combined with a Kitsune Rush. It's been a large ult investment, actually, from the Houston Outlaws, and now Gig can potentially strike on back with the well-synergized ultimates of the Whole Hog and the Overclock, or Overload, rather. Happy round the back might be unnoticed. That's one easy headshot. There's for second. No. Actually, Gig manages to survive and take out Fearless. Now it's a 3 versus 5. Make that a 3 versus 3. Happy's quick to move on back as Grathen wants to control the point here, using the lava flow coming forth from the big claw. Violet hammered down, but no, Vision actually stole the kill. Bad sport, Vision. Give Grathen his Twitter banner.
Wants that hammer kill so badly. Grathen is searching, but I think unfortunately unfortunately, the search is going to be unfruitful. It's winnable! It is winnable! Gig, let's go! That first checkpoint is unlocked. The cart is rolling. Gig got a huge pick onto Happy. And so much space now getting bought here for Redbird Esports to start to make some payload progress. And they also have the sights here as well. So Vision might get a chance to be able to stave off the onslaught of this defense from Houston Outlaws for at least a few seconds while those sights are loading.
Turret not entering tank mode atop the car as Grathen. Hammer ready. Looking for easiest path. Oh, Renko stuck there by Pelican. No mercy given over. The synergy with the infrasight so good to make sure that the Tracer knows exactly where they're pathing to. Tappy continues to be an absolute terror on the hit scan menace that is Widowmaker.
This is aggressive Widowmaker here. Oh my goodness! Vision almost got the pick there onto Happy. Happy's still a little low, still trying to play this aggressive Widowmaker game, but has to retreat a little bit as Redbird Esports start to get set up for their next engagement. They don't have a whole lot here though, Leg Day, so it's going to be all about raw mechanical skill, and I worry about that looking down to the sight lines of another Coalescence coming out here from Violet.
Roadhog, good to go as well. Looking for those jump shots. Here is Fearless. He's just one big porky boy in the way of a big old car. An attempt to peel in case that hook hit sends away any of these interlopers who would dare to touch Fearless's objective. This is his castle, and you are not invited to partake upon this. Lovely hit back there from Vision. The evasion of the elevator. Violet has to wait for the next one, and now goes on the hunt to try and catch out Deeko as they return to their team. A well-placed counter orb there. Just going to send Violet away for a moment.
Yeah, it's a great way to stave off that aggression from the Houston Outlaws. They also ended up expending two pretty good ultimates there for the defense and the Coalescence and the whole hog to be able to get Redbird Esports out of there. But I don't know. Do you win this one? I don't think so. Oh my gosh. Violet. No, Vision.
The healing orb has also been given a hit from a Venom Mine. Vision now under immense pressure. Everyone knows that this is the hardest shot in the world to hit. When you're under pressure from a backline Moira, never does your heart beat faster. But Renko is trying to make that heartbeat rise themselves as they head in for the Moira duel. Pelican, respect the Irish duel. Pelican, a man without honor, perhaps.
I remember the plan, though, maybe. I mean, Violet's going to end up actually earning the Coalescence again.
A fresh Coalescence, fresh hell will be given it. Now Pelican has entered Observer mode, simply here to give over additional ult charge. And the Coalescence is here to run down Renko. It's a battle of the Moiras as Fearless has taken down Gig elsewhere. The turret's too much to deal with, and Violet sent out the wrong orb, so they must move away and grab other sources of healing. Redbird Esports got the first point, but they won't get much more than that. Houston Outlaws with some unique Overwatch games.